Straight over. Bring it back with yours, please. Thank you. Roll up. Don't be shy. And pegs is still in. Can you show me which one? That's the one. Somewhere about there with them.
We're sneaking here, see if we can get a...
14, 15, 16. Still in there. No in pegs? Yeah, I don't know. No.
Cheers, Neil.
In there for you, mate, again.
7.
There's still all in there.
What's that, up to the left somewhere?
Yeah.
Cheers, mate.
Oh, sorry. 19.
Right, that'll do, see what we make of that.
Good, 26. 26. That's a good one. 25.
You've got to take that, Paul, you've got to be happy with that. That's alright.
25, somebody's got 26. Yeah, they have.
Yeah, but he'll drift through them.
Right, good evening. This is Salthouse Beach. We're here for another Norfolk Angling Club match. We are fishing low water up, so we'll get about 3 hours of the flood, I reckon. There's a little bit of colour for the first 5 yards, and then it's blue. There's a northeasterly breeze, but not enough to do any good really, as far as churning the water up. But recent reports, there's been a few little smooth hounds in the dark, and a couple of better ones up to about a metre. And there's been some bass here as well, and there's always a few flatties to target, so we'll see what happens. We've got some lugworms in the box, some frozen crab, 3-hook clip down and a 3-hook flapper, and we'll see if we can extract at least something from here. 25 friendly little match anglers booked in for this one, so well, some of them answer little, but we're here anyway. We're going to give it a shot, and yeah, let's see what's on Salthouse Beach. Right, we drew peg 7. I'd much rather be in the high 20s, but you can't do anything about where you are. So same rod and reel as normal, and that's that. And then rig wise tonight, we'll start off on a 3-hook clip down, so that's there. And then you got your little swivel at the top and a little spring. Then just above the hook we've got the bait stop, which you have to have really on the clip down rig, stops the bait blowing right up the line. So we've got 3 snoods stacked one above the other, same OR hooks and cascades and all the rest of it. Size 3s they are tonight. Should catch a flounder, a bass, whatever. And we are going to go for a 5-ounce lead tonight. I'm tired of chucking 6 ounces of lead everywhere I go, so I drop an ounce, and that makes everything a little bit more fun, especially if you get a nice bass on the end. And the tide is running against the wind, so shouldn't need much lead to hold out in that. Might have to increase it once the flood gets into full flow, but probably not. We'll see how we get on. 5 ounces is a lead I'm really comfortable with, so we'll go with that. And bait wise, as I said, we've got 3 or 4 wraps of blow lug, which are there, and some frozen peelers. So combination of the two. If there's a flounder here, a bass, anything else really, hopefully we'll connect with it. But we could catch a great big flatfish and win that bit of the competition. We could catch a great big bass and win that bit, or a smooth hound. We could win the whole match, or we could come last. It doesn't really matter. I'm just glad to be here, nice to be out, and I'll try my best. But if it all goes wrong, we'll be back again next week. Supposed to be at Munsley, fate allowing, so that's what my plan is. Don't always plan out. I didn't make Caister last week, but they had a bit of a torrid time with tide and weed, although some of them managed a few smooth hounds, so it's all good to see. Right, they're all having a few practice chucks. I should do that as well, just to wet the line up, and then we'll see what happens. We've still got 20 minutes to the off. I'm going to have a cup of tea in a second, but that water's clear out there, but there's a murky patch right on the edge here. Goes out for about 8 metres, and it's low water, and it drops down onto this gritty sandy stuff. Now I'm thinking what I'll do, first half hour, go back up to my mess of a station up here. I'm thinking the clip downs will come in. I'll go out and see if we can get a smooth hound or a bass a bit later on, but I'm thinking there might be a flounder down in that muddy water on the edge. So 3 hook flapper, 6 ounce rolling lead. I don't think it'll move anywhere, to be honest, but we're just going to pin 3 small lugworm baits right in the edge, underarm, that close, and then we're going to set the rod stand up right on the water's edge, and then we're just going to watch everybody else, because I've got anglers around me that will be banging it out, and obviously we'll have to respond if there's fish right out there. But initially, I think while it's daylight and while there's so much bright sun, that coloured water might offer me a chance of a flounder. So we'll try that, and then if that fails, we'll do something else. We're nearly there. Got a cup of coffee, it is on the go. Everything's set up. We've got a bucket of water there. Everyone's looking very relaxed. Beautiful evening. That's the nice thing about fishing this time of year. It's just nice, but the fishing's often, well, it can be crap, but anyway, we'll see. I'm sure when we get in the car park, as per usual, you'll see there's been a few fish caught. Let's hope someone around me gets a couple so we can get them on video, but time will tell, won't it? I always keep drawing these middle of the road pegs. Some people have just got a knack of drawing the end pegs, which are usually advantageous, not always, but they do seem to throw up the goods. But when I have drawn them, I ain't done very well anyway, so it doesn't matter. But tonight, down by that hump, is traditionally the bass hotspot around here. So Paul Harrison, I don't know who else is down there, but I was talking to him in the car park, and I know he's bang on the money with his draw, so you'll see him do well, I'm sure. But anyone could get a decent fish from anywhere and really throw the cat among the pigeons up here. So let's just have a look. Couple of casts in the edge, and then we'll go further out, and it's just going to be a case of like just trying to find something to put on the card, I think. But if you've seen my videos before, you'll know there's lots of ups and downs. You just got to keep plodding through it and making the most of every match. I don't fish all the matches in all the clubs, in all the places in Norfolk by any means, but I enjoy the ones I do loads of pleasure fishing as well, so all part of it, this is. Right, first cast is in the water. I've had my fair share of flatfish in my time, and one of the ways I like to catch them is I get the rod really close to the edge, leave a slack boa line in there and just lob it in the dirty water at low water. And sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but the flounders will just run right along the edge here. They can of course be as far as you can chuck it, but I just thought everyone else on the first cast has whacked it, so I thought I might as well do that. So to do, you can see what the sea's like anyway. It's blue. There'll be mackerel here very soon, but haven't heard any reports of any yet. But this is quite a deep beach. Even at low water, there's a good bit of water there, so you haven't got to flick it far before you're waist deep, and flounders will swim along in next to nothing. So in my experience, dropping it in the edge there just for a bit, just at the first of the tide, can work. And I have been smashed up by anglers fishing close in before as well. Harvey Plumstead, bless his heart, caught a bass at Backton right behind the first breaker when everyone else was doing their best to cast it over a sandbank, so it works. Right, let's hope that tip wraps over. But somehow I think darkness will be key. We're only going to get about 3/4 an hour of it, so we'll make the most of the sun. 20 minutes gone, I've just seen the first sight of a fish right up the far end of the beach. Looked like Paul Harrison, to be honest with you, so no surprise. But there's fish here, just whether they're going to be big. But we're still in the edge here. I've just got a massive slack bow of line I've just left laying in the edge, and the waves are using bouncing on it to try and give the bait some movement. Could have used an earth rig for this type of thing, but a 3-hook flapper with a line all slack in the surf will probably give enough movement. Flounders are pretty hungry things. If they're there, you'll probably catch them. But I should have paid more attention really to see where Paul was casting. I expect he was going out as far as he could. But anyway, I don't know how big they were. They might have only been little schoolies or something. And everything, bass wise, you need them to be 30 centimetres to count in the match. Flounders 25, and there's a good chance of getting a 25 centimetre flounder if you get a flounder at all. The other likely candidates tonight are perhaps a dogfish in the dark, maybe a smooth hound, and probably a few pelting to show their face, along with a smattering of dabs, no doubt. But at the moment, up this end of the beach, it's just traces with the bait still intact, so the crabs aren't even bothering. I knew it'd be tricky before I come, but you got to fish with confidence, otherwise you'll probably get nowhere. Right guys, we were exactly 29 minutes in when the rod showed a rattle. Look at that for a flounder. That is a corker. That is gonna go, that's probably gonna go 35. That is an absolutely beautiful fish. That was 2 rod lengths out. I'll get him measured. I don't mind drawing in the middle of the section. It just means that you don't have to walk so far. You can chuck it in the edge. Flounders swim along. I shouldn't be saying this, I'll never win the biggest flatfish ever again, but I've done it a number of times now and it's nearly always adopting the same approach. So chuck it in the edge, leave the line slack. You need the conditions to do it obviously, but yeah, just in behind that wave on the edge there in that brown water. It don't always work, but it's worth a shot, isn't it? Right, we've been over and got him measured. He was 33 centimetres, well 33 3/4 really, but I was hoping he was going to go 35. I thought he would be when I first saw him, so the chances are someone will actually beat this. But such a beautiful fish. Look how clean it is. So yeah, they've been missing lately. We haven't seen so many of them the last couple of years, but they're wonderful to see. And give him a quick rinse and then we'll go and pop him back. I like eating fish, but I never keep the flounders. If he'd have been a Dover sole, it might have been a different matter, but there he goes. Hopefully he's learnt his lesson and no one will catch him 1/2 centimetre bigger in 3 hours time. Right, we'll continue with this because up there I know they're catching bass and dabs, but it's whether they can make the size limit. Last week I just caught several that were sort of 27-28 centimetres, and I can see they're all whacking it, and I don't want another dose of last week. I'd rather stay inside and get a couple of flatfish on the card, go home to the car park having had a nice easy match, and that's it. Work tomorrow. But what a cracking start. Even if that's the last fish I catch tonight, I'm still going to be happy with that. And fair play to anyone who gets a bigger flounder and wins the flatfish on the night, because that can come from absolutely anywhere. And wherever you are in the country, there's always a method or something that you can do. If other anglers around you are more competent at casting, all the rest of it, there's always something that you can pinpoint as a strong point, and just fish to your strengths. That's all I ever do. Well, sometimes I don't, and I just come unstuck, so I revert to type normally. Did the same thing again. This time I used my clip down rig. Didn't clip it down because no point when you're fishing 2 rod lengths out, but same result. Slightly smaller, just took a blow lug on a size 3 hook. Right, so from here straight into the bucket of water. He can chill out there. I'll turn the camera off. I'll get him measured. He looks about 30 centimetres, something like that. Anyway, another fish on the card. I can't ask for more than that, can I? I came flounder fishing and there ain't been many about, and that's it. 45 minutes in, we got 2 of them. Right, we're going to stick with this tactic for a bit. I strongly suspect you're going to need a flounder of sort of 36, maybe 37 to get the biggest flat of the night. It's just a hunch because there's a few about, but who knows. But anyway, if there was a smooth hound coming out or something, I'd put a crab on the top hook and whack it where they are, but there's not, and the water's really clear, so the only bit of colour I've got is where I am, so I'm using that at the minute. But if things change, we'll change, but I don't know, got to give myself a chance of the biggest flat, haven't I? And 33 I don't think it's going to cut it. Some nights it will, but I don't think it will tonight. I think you're going to want, so at least 35. Someone's got a little bass down the other end there, and it is little. See, they're the problem. There's a few about, but they're little schoolies, 25 centimetre ones. No good in this match with this angling club. So they got bigger size limits than that, so you've really got to sort of pick your tactics carefully. Them little pelting, if they turn up after dark, they've only got to be 18 centimetres because they come out as miscellaneous. So if they turn up in the edge, people can soon amass some points catching them, but we'll see. Pegs either side of me, haven't caught anything yet, so we'll just keep going with this. I think we're doing all right. I think there's another flounder in this yet. Tip's just wobbling now, but you have to be a bit careful because there's a lot of crabs in this area, and it can easily be one of them knocking it around. I'll bring you back, hopefully not too far away from now. I don't even know I said that. I can't even get any words out. Dehydration. Another cup of tea, I reckon. It's worked again. Here's another one. So alternately casting the 3 hook flapper and the 3 hook clip down. There's nothing in it really. Blow lug. Anyway, that's a bit smaller. I don't know what he is. What's he gonna go? Let's see if I can tell you before I take him over there. He's gonna go about 27, 28. Nice little fish. So that's good. That one I put a slightly bigger bait on. I thought there might be a bass on there, but skulking around among the flounders, but no, not to be. We'll be content with that. That's all right. Let's see if we can get another one. Okay. My mate Simon is up to his old tricks, so flounder for him. Well done, Simon.
27th, thank you very much.
Yeah, that'll do.
Best knocker of the night.
Yeah.
We had one.
Yeah, there's a few here. It's going to play out as I thought. What you saying then? You have.
Sorry?
You got
your card, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
You've had a 28 flounder.
And then 23.
Oh, that's all right. I've got 3 flounders. Yeah. 10.
Mine had hardly in the water, that murky bit.
Yeah, so am I. Yeah. Yeah, but I thought I'd do that until dark or for the first of the flood. Yeah. Well, there's the odd one there. I haven't tallied them up yet. I've got 3 on the card, so they're not far out. You can easily overcast them, can't you?
I've actually pushed out because I think I might have cleaned that piece of ground up.
Yeah. Well, there's always going to be a hound somewhere, you know it. Right. Oh yeah, no, I know. Plenty of people have got it covered. There's plenty of fresh crab floating around. Right, Simon, see if you can get another one.
Yeah, I'm going to pick pictures 29.
Yeah. I've got 133.
33?
No, you got to beat his as well.
Well, you will, I expect.
Mine's null and void now.
You're going to need a 35cm flatfish tonight, mark my words. Yeah, well it does, yeah. Right, thanks for your time. I had to come for a wander, no one's catching nothing. Well, they will do. An hour gone and everyone around me has seems to have twigged that those flounders are inside, so they're all now on short tactics, or the majority of them are. The colour is dropping out the water. The bit that I was using has almost gone, so we've not got many chances left, I don't think. But and as the tide starts to flood, the flounders will probably go off anyway. But you never know, we might get one more and then we'll have to go and look for something else, perhaps a bass, which invariably will be a bit further out. Certainly the better ones have come out further recently, but every night's different, every tide's different. Keep trying. 3 fish one after the other though, you can't complain at that. Let's just hope we get a the 36-37cm flounder I think we're going to need. But we're plodding along. I've got 104 points for the 3 flounders, so yeah, I've got to be happy with that. And they all went back healthy as they came out. So they learnt a lesson. As you can see, we're nearing sunset. Still a beautiful evening. There's no chance of rain tonight, I'm told, so that's good. That last rig came back completely clean as a whistle, so the colour's dropped out, the crabs have moved in. I'm getting polished off as soon as it hits the water, and that's fascinating really. So because those fish were there and the crabs weren't, and now it's vice versa. So do I stick with this? Because I'm keeping a close eye on the anglers around me and they're not doing anything at all, and they're at all distances. So do I stick with this, or do we go out and look for something else? Because now my confidence in the tactic is waning. Now that colour's not there, that's problematic. So yeah, leave it with me, I'll think of something. As you look along the beach, you can learn a lot. There's people using throw out sliders, chucking it in the edge, chucking it as far as they can. Up to now I've been in there, but we're going to like start to lengthen it out cast by cast now and see if we can locate something, because they're not in there anymore. And what I was doing earlier, it's you could do that with hand line basically, but a Pen 525 and a Zolkron GT14 is massive overkill for a bit of flounder fishing in the edge. A carp rod would give you a lot of fun, but can't bring everything to the beach, so I bring 2 rods, 2 reels, and that's it. And that usually suffices most of the matches I go in. Right, we'll have this in, move it 10 yards further, then 10 yards, then 10 yards, then 10 yards until we get a bite, and then we'll stick on them. But trouble is, no one round me close by is catching, so there's nothing really you can copy, because it's hard work this is tonight. There's a lot of people with a blank card, I think, at the minute. Right, well, it's virtually dark. I've seen the odd dab and the odd little bass, but nothing to write home about. Hopefully now the light's gone, there'll be a few more fish about. We'll see, but the colour that was there is completely gone. That is clear, so I don't have high hopes for any more flounders really, but you never know in the dark what could turn up. Last few weeks there's been flounders, Dover sole, big dabs, all sorts, so we'll keep mixing it up. We're going to go crab on the middle hook of that 3-hook clip down. A decent sized worm bait on the top snood in case there's a bass, and a small worm bait on the bottom in case there's a sole, another flounder, or any bits and pieces swimming around. So we're really going to sort of cover our options and just hope something works. That's all you can do. We have 30 minutes remaining. I'm doing pretty well in the section up this end of the beach, I think, but there's a lot of people with blank cards, and that is a danger, because with half an hour to go there's big crab baits, big worm baits getting launched out there, and you only need 1 hound, a decent bass, anything like that just turns what was a bad night into a tremendously good one. So we'll keep flicking away like this, and hopefully we can do something or other.
Zone A. Right. In 3rd place was a tie. Pegs 2 was Rob Ford and Richard Ives. Yeah. 2 fish each, and they both got 40 points. Second in Zone A was Peg 1, Kev Green, 2 fish, 46 points.
Okay.
And the winner in Zone A on Peg 7, Pete Simmons, 3 fish, 104.
Better to be lucky than good. Cheers, thank you very much, thank you.
There was no biggest round, but there was a biggest flat, and that was Peg 7, Pete Simmons, 33 centimetre flounder.
Cheers, thank you.
Clearing up tonight. Zone B. In 3rd place, Peg 22, Lloyd, 3 fish, 64 points.
Oh, Lloyd. Last chap.
In 2nd place in Zone B with on Peg 20, Jamie Childerhouse, 2 fish, 87 points.
Well done, Jamie, mate.
B looks a much better place to be. And the winner in Zone B, bit of a surprise this, Peg 18, Will Amy.
Come on, Will!
It's the pink hat. Right.
Don't go away, Will.
Don't go away. You might just be in for another one here. Biggest flat, Peg 20, Jamie Childerhouse. There you go. And the biggest round in Zone B, again, such a surprise, Peg 18. Peg 18, brilliant.
Well done.
Hey.
Sorry, that was a 60 centimetre bass. It was such a surprise, I forgot to mention even what it was. Okay. Somebody draw a lucky peg. Go on, Will.
It's you, Will. Winner. No sports in there tonight either.
Barry Doy.
Well done, Barry. Lucky peg. Yeah, you have one lucky peg. You're in. Thank you.
That's brilliant.
Nice one.
That's fine.
Next week is Mundsley. Carl? Yeah. Next week is Mundsley. Park in the big car park. You got that?
Yeah, I'll see you the week later.
Oh. Everybody else, no, Carl's not going. We'll meet in the big car park. Okay.
Cheers then, Simon. Well done.
No
Thank you
wheels
very
falling
much.
off cars. Oh, trophy. Sorry. Give him the biggest
Well, yeah,
trophy.
look, here's your trophy.
Enjoy that.
Come back in bits.